From the skies and rails to our offices and homes, Natsteel is omnipresent. Since its founding as National Iron and Steel Mills in 1961, Natsteel has been transforming the Lion City's skyline, adapting to her changing needs and challenges, mirroring her ambitions in growth and progress.
Natsteel was born in 1963, just about 2 years before Singapore became independent. And since then, Natsteel has played hand in gloves with the government of Singapore in developing Singapore, the infrastructure, the buildings and the whole roads and what we've got today. Very, very significant role in the last 50 years.
Today, we have an entire nation built on steel foundations, with our reinforcing steel forming the core of every other building in Singapore.
We have plant capacity of more than 1 million a year, including our upstream, which is our steelmaking division, also as our downstream, our reinforcement solution divisions. Our products come in a range of rebars, wire rods, and deformed bar ingot, which is DBIC, which sizes all the way from 5 millimeters to 50 millimeters.
Having gained the knowledge and the expertise in Singapore, Natsteel wanted to embark upon the journey of expanding our footprints beyond Singapore into other markets in the ASEAN region. We have moved into Malaysia, we have moved into Vietnam, we have moved into Thailand, and also just started a fabrication center in Hong Kong. The whole idea is how do we become closer to customer and provide solutions, services which are very unique in nature for the benefit of the construction companies and the contractors at site across the ASEAN region.
Yet, even for a material as old as steel, there is a constant and vital need for innovation.
I think Natsteel has realized that we need to automate to increase the productivity and give various new products and solutions as quickly as possible to the customer.
With technology as the primary enabler for customization, solutions are easily tailor-made to our customers' exacting standards.
In the downstream, for example, the entire planning is completely automated through IT solutions. Right from the basic product like steel bars, which get into planning and the scheduling and the bar bending scheduling, and then getting into the various work centers in the operations area, and finally delivering to the customer on site.
In Natsteel, we are the pioneer in Singapore's steel plants to incorporate data analytics, softwares and programs to capture and analyze our processing data in our rolling mills and our melt shops. Data is being captured every seconds into the database, getting analyzed and put into the graphic forms so that it's available for all the managers as well as the shop floor workers.
We also actively involved in building information modeling, which in short is BIM. So it's actually more than just a 3D modeling tool. It's actually a cohesive tool that helps us form a better collaboration with our customer.
But while we live in an age of constant change, nothing endures the test of time as steel does. Natsteel is still here to build. And this time, beyond airports, transport lines, offices, and homes. It's building futures. A future that puts the safety of people first. A future that continues to empower the task force of today, whilst embracing the talents of tomorrow.
The working environment in Natsteel is that everybody is always very willing to help one another. And because I'm relatively new, what I found was that when I first entered, people are generally more than willing to answer your questions. Not only answer you what you ask, but also tell you from their experience, this is what they go through.
When you join a company as established as Natsteel with such a long history and such a good kind of track record, right, you are thinking of a career more than just a job. You become more involved in different operations within the company. You start to take part in more cross-functional projects.
A future that respects and protects the earth we live in.
Natsteel being one of the biggest steel producers in Singapore, we actually use 30% less energy as compared to the rest of the steel plants on average, producing the same amount of output.
A future that gives back. A future that transcends boundaries. And most of all, a future shaped by and for everyone.
As the countries mature and the quality of the construction and the methodologies of construction change, we would like to be known as the most preferred supplier of solution services. Natsteel will be there to support this thinking for the various countries in the ASEAN region.
Natsteel, building the future on strong foundations.